Hey Hannah, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday and that everything's all good with yourself and surfing the urge, right? So that craving, it's gonna like peak and then crash. Hey! Hello everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel. I hope we're all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you happen to be listening to this. You join me on this beautiful Wednesday. It is Wednesday the 29th of January. Today is a rest day for me, and I'm gonna stop beating around the bush because I know why everybody has probably clicked on this video. If you've been following me on Instagram, you will have seen that there is somebody very special that I want you all to meet. This is Samson. So yes, we got a puppy. We did get a puppy. This is Samson. He is a blue staffy puppy. As you can see, he is the cutest thing ever. And everybody's just been asking me for Samson content. So I thought it was time to whip out the camera and get you guys acquainted with him because he's going to be featuring in all of the videos. And you are going to watch this little guy grow up. So we did get him on Friday, so we've had him what, 4 or 5 days now, and you know what, he's really settling in very well. Obviously he's very young, so he's still just finding his feet and we're still figuring out our routine with him. You know, we're trying to teach him like when we get up, when he's fed, when he gets out. Obviously he can't go for walks yet, he's still having to get all of his shots and stuff like that, so a lot of playing in the house, and he's learning to pee on the pads. He's getting a bit better, and you know, we're kind of learning to, like, the first few days anytime he would cry I just wanted to immediately go to him and pick him up, but we're trying to teach him that he can't just cry and get our attention. You know, like if he is being a bit whiny or bitey, we put him in the crate and we kind of let him calm himself down. But he spends a lot of time sleeping because he is only such a baby, and we have a dog, like a dog friendly YouTube channel on the whole time, and he loves it. But yeah, so far he's getting on great. He's obviously really small, but he has a big personality. He has a big personality, doesn't he? And he has the most beautiful blue eyes. The most beautiful blue eyes. And yeah, we've been dying to get a dog for ages. So Shane really wanted a staffy, so I surprised him for his birthday. And we went and got him. And yeah, we're just a real family now. And I'm just so excited. Like, I've always had dogs my whole life. But since moving out a few years ago, obviously with Shane, we've been moving everywhere. So we've never really been able to get one. And now we're settled. You know, we love it here. We know we're probably going to stay. And we are ready to expand our family. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? So yes, he is the most spoiled dog. Of course he is. Of course he is. He has all of our attention, and I can just tell he's gonna be a hit with all the fans. Isn't that right? This is now a Samson challenge. And yes, we did obviously name him after Mr. Olympia Samson Dauda. Samson Dauda. Isn't that right? He's gonna be strong. He's gonna be so jacked, I can already tell. And he's got just the cutest like white markings, and oh, I just love him. I just love him. He's great. Aren't you great? So that's been the biggest update in my life. Obviously still prepping, 6.5 weeks into prep. I did mention in last week's video that we made some changes. Food got pulled down, cardio was up, and it's definitely been a good change. So I think it was 156.6 last week, 153.4 this morning, so over 3 pounds down, and I feel so much better for it. Like, I know the scales, stop biting me. I know the scales doesn't tell the full story, especially because I'm still taking Anavar, but it was getting to me a bit that it just wasn't moving. It's very hard to see yourself change when that metric isn't changing. Even though I knew I was, but just getting that confirmation now, it's going down, I am getting leaner, I can see I'm getting leaner, like I can feel it. I don't really pay too much attention to how I look, to be honest. I'm very much just in that space right now in prep where, like, it's really not until I would say you're about 6 to 8 weeks out where things start to look interesting, and I'm still so far away from that I'm just not paying attention to the look. If Christian's happy, I'm happy. I'm just executing, just doing everything I can, still feeling really good. Training is still going pretty well. I have some sessions, like my legs definitely feel tired. Obviously, like 5 cardio sessions a week and 4 leg days, it's going to take its toll, but I've kind of just accepted that I'm going to have tired legs, and they're probably not even bad yet. It's going to get way worse. So, you know, it's fine. Like, you know, people love to talk about fatigue management in a prep, and yeah, you should manage your fatigue, but also, like, you're going to be fatigued. Like, get over it. Like, it's just gonna happen. And everything else is just peachy keen. Obviously, this little dude is taking up a lot of my focus and a lot of my time, and that's okay, because I like it. You know, sometimes I get a bit bored, and it's nice to have like another thing to be paying attention to and not just be thinking about myself all the time, because that's obviously what happens when you're bodybuilding. It's a very selfish thing, and that's really it. I'm going to see Christian next week. I have to leave my baby. I'm going to be a single parent this week, because this weekend, because Shane's going to a stag, and then the next weekend I'm going to see Christian, so we're both going to be single parents for a few days, and this dude requires a lot of attention. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? But like I said, we're trying to teach him not to be totally needy. Everybody said that staffies are very needy, which I kind of knew that anyway, but he also does, you know, even though we work from home, we don't leave him in our office all the time, because I did do that, but it's honestly, he's so distracting, because like I just get distracted by cuddling him and stuff, or, you know, you're kind of watching like, is he gonna pee somewhere, or is he gonna shit on something? But generally he's pretty good, isn't he? Yes, he is so good. He is like my little shadow. He's so soft. I love you. No, not in the hair. He had developed a little bit of a habit of biting my ear. Not like aggressively, but just ow. So anyway, yeah, obviously it's a bit later. It's 1:45, so you'll have seen this morning. Woke up, did my check-ins, did my cardio, went on a walk. You'll have seen my breakfast was eggs and egg whites, so we're at that point, but it's fine. Again, I no issues. Like, the way I kind of do my rest days is I go and do my cardio, and then I go and do a good chunk of steps. So I've already hit, let me see, I've already hit 8,500 steps, so you know I don't have loads to do later, and it just pushes out that first meal a little bit more, so there's less of a window between my first meal and my second meal. Just kind of helps me with managing appetite. Just wrapped up the rest of my check-ins there. I think there might be 1 or 2 more to come through, and I have other work bits to do, and then I'm recording a podcast this afternoon with my 2 coaches who work for me, which I'm very excited about, and yeah, just planning some exciting stuff at the moment, like everybody says. And just being a mom to the cutest boy. Do you have anything to say to the channel? Do you have anything to say to the channel? I know. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel so that you can see me. That was him. He's so smart. He can talk. But yes, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm edging closer and closer towards 1,000 subscribers, and I'd really love to hit that soon, please. Don't forget to give the video a like and a comment. And comment a little dog heart emoji and a heart emoji, so that Samson knows that you love him. Okay, we are going to go inside. He's definitely going to need to go to the bathroom, because he just ate, and he tends to be pretty efficient. So I'm going to go and just sit with him for a few minutes, and then go back up to the desk, get back to work. It is lunchtime, and someone's trying to ensure that Mr. Samson goes to the toilet on the pad. What? Go over here. Pee! So anyway, I'm just having my stir fry. So good. So we're gonna have this, and then I'm going to record my podcast with my gals, and then I'm gonna eat again and stuff. Maybe this will be a bit of a full day of eating, kind of somewhat. But anyway, this is my lunch, so I'm gonna chow down. It's one of my favourite meals of the day. Actually, I really like all of them. But anyway, and I will catch you later. Hello. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, can't complain.
Yeah, because they literally need to redo the polls. Like, they may as well have, like, literally have not been there anymore.
It was just like another windy day.
Okay, that is the podcast done. That was a really good podcast. It was very long because the three of us just yap. We just talk so much, so it's always a really good time. Like I said, it was a Q&A podcast, so we covered lots of different topics. If you aren't already subscribed to my podcast, it's the Your Gym Big Sister podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Go and listen to it. That podcast will already be up by the time this video goes out, if you do want to see it. And yeah, now I'm hungry, so it's kind of like, what time is it? It's 10 to 4, so I'm going to go and eat my next meal, which is my Weetabix cheesecake, which I am so excited for because I'm hungry. And I'm going to go and play with the doggy again. Okay, here we have it. Tiramisu, Weetabix banana cheesecake, 2 Weetabix with a shot of decaf espresso, 50 ml almond milk mixed up, 200 grams Greek yogurt, 10 grams of vanilla whey protein whey isolate, some vanilla flavor drops with dark chocolate mixed in on top, left in the fridge for a few hours, sliced up bananas, and then some cocoa powder on top. I have the very small spoon, so you'll see it's fucking teeny tiny. Funny story, I was actually at a wedding and they used these spoons for the dessert, and I saw it and it was so tiny, and I was like, I'm gonna take that for prep. So I'm not starving yet, but I do want to slow myself down when I'm eating, so tiny spoons and tiny forks. I have tiny forks as well. They are back in rotation, so I must be a little bit hungry, but I'm gonna eat this now. You could hear Mr. Man is kind of crying behind me, but I'm gonna eat this and then I'll go and play with him. I'm trying to teach him that I won't just go to him whenever he cries, because I'm trying to make him not be completely needy. But yeah, he's just so cute. He's getting back into his bed. So I'll give him a few minutes, he'll calm down, and then we'll have a little bit of a play. No biting, we don't bite. We don't bite.
Safe spaces when he's left to roam on his own. He likes to just like sit here.
Here.
Yeah. I think he's like, oh well, if I go here maybe I'll get up on the couch. Is this nice, isn't it? We're finished work and now we can just play with the puppy. Okay, long. His body's gonna be so muscular.
I know. He's gonna be dense as fuck.
Hey.
So dinner is served. So we have 110 grams chicken, 350 grams of potatoes, 140 grams of veggies. some sugar-free barbecue sauce. Obviously gonna wash it down with a Pepsi Max. You might have seen I'm weighing my salt now, so you'll seen this morning I weighed it out into a little container on my little drug scales. It's the only reason we have that scales, I promise. Now the reason for this is purely so that I have consistency with that day to day. I feel like it was probably pretty consistent anyway, because I always use like the same amount of grinds and stuff, but just for the sake of knowing that it's as consistent as it can be, you know, things like skewed sodium levels and potassium levels day to day can skew your body weight. So I want to know that if my body weight is changing, it's purely based on things like fat loss / muscle gain and not water retention as much as possible. Obviously, you're going to see shifts in water retention day to day from like training, inflammation, potentially your cycle and stuff like that. But if there's one that I can take control of, that is my sodium. So yeah, I just weighed it out. Basically what I did was, the first day I had that scales, every meal I had, I just weighed out how much salt I used naturally in the meal. Then I just tallied that up across the day, and I just said, okay, that's going to be my amount each day. So now I weigh it out each day. So between pink salt and low salt, so I have a balance of both sodium and potassium. And I've just been spreading it across my meals. So it's just good for, you know, when we get to things like peak week, because when you're loading, you know, when you need to load carbohydrates, it makes sense to increase sodium intake, because sodium is used in the transporter for glucose into your cells, right? So more carbohydrates, you need more sodium to transport more of those carbs into the cells. So if I know how much sodium I have on a daily basis, I can make the necessary changes. And it's just like good data for Christian to have. So that's something I've been doing. I'm watching The Gentleman on Netflix. What did I watch recently? I honestly can't even remember. My attention, my memory is so bad. I know I watched something recently. Do you know what I did watch recently? One Day. If anyone's seen that, you probably know why this is my face. I have never been so depressed after watching a series, ever in my life. I was genuinely near tears, and that's very rare for me. Fuck me. But yeah, this is good. Theo James is in it. So anyway, gonna watch this and then chill. Mr. Samson is in bed. He just pooped on the carpet. I let him roam around. So this is the mistake. I was like making my dinner. I was like, he'll be fine to roam around. He's not there yet, so he still needs constant eyes on him. My mistake. We're learning. Okay, I'm gonna chow down on this, and I will catch you later. So yeah, this kind of has turned into a full day of eating. Today's been pretty chill rest day, which is nice. Like, I do like to spend time on a rest day when I'm not training, like actually relaxing a little bit. You've seen it, I did some foam rolling earlier, so painful. But I do want to actually like chill and relax, you know, as much as it's great to be busy all the time. I'm not busy 24/7, not necessary. Okay, and we are on to the final meal of the day. You know it's creamy time. So we have the creamy, it's like mocha flavor ice. So I do it with decaf coffee and chocolate whey isolate, peanut butter on it, and then I also have some strawberries. So I was chopping the strawberries and putting it in with the creamy, but I actually would rather just have them on the side and then have the ice cream by itself. So that concludes this full day of eating, I guess. I'm currently on about 1800 calories on a rest day, 175 protein, about 45 to 50 fat, and like 170 protein. Did I say 175 protein? 175 carb. 175 carb. So yes, I'm gonna eat this, gonna chill, and then play a little bit with my baby, and then I'm gonna go to bed, and I will catch you guys in the morning. Happy Thursday. I am just about to head into the gym. I am in for glutes and quads once again. Sometimes I'm like, can I really keep filming my training because it's literally the same thing? But that's the whole point. I do the same sessions. That's what you're supposed to do when you're in a prep. That's bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is repetitive and monotonous and boring. And that's okay, because like that's just the realities of it. So Today's been pretty good. I have a lot to do today, so I'm feeling a little bit like overwhelmed, but I'm just trying to remind myself that my most important task right now is to just go into the gym and have a good fucking session. After that, I need to do some posing because I didn't get any done this morning because I was busy. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing that pretty much every day, like most days, at least 5 or 6 days a week. So yeah, I want to get that done today. So even though I don't love posing in this gym, needs must sometimes, just do a couple of rounds just to make sure I'm continuing to like groove my transitions and everything like that. I was 153.2 this morning, so a big 0.2 pound drop, crazy. But again, like sometimes my weight is going to hold and then it'll whoosh, so we'll see. It's been kind of holding the same weight all week, but I'm just going to let it do what it's going to do. Went and did my 30 minutes of stairs this morning, so that was fine. That was actually pretty easy. I had loads of messages and like forum clips to respond to, which always makes that fly by. Did some steps, and now, like I said, I'm just about to go and head into the gym. So let's go. I want this session to be efficient, but obviously I'm not going to rush it just for the sake of it. Like, I'm going to give every single set my everything, and then I'm going to get back home and get back to work and back to my beautiful baby boy. Okay, I will catch you in the gym. Let's go. are back from the gym, back from that training session. It was actually pretty good, you know. I kind of went in a little bit of like a stressed state, like I was saying. I just felt, I know I have a lot to do today, so I was a little bit like, okay, fuck, I really need to get this workout done. But I tried to just remind myself that my number one task when I'm in the gym is to have a good fucking session. I try to leave everything else outside. I definitely think something that I was sort of reflecting on when I was in the gym is how different this prep is to my last prep in terms of my business. So when I started, or when I did my prep in 2022, I had just started my business in January 2022. So I maybe had 30 to 40 clients maybe throughout the whole prep. Whereas now it's very different. I have about double that. And I have 2 coaches who work under me with their own clients who I help. And I'm running a group coaching at the moment. And I also do my podcast, do my YouTube. Like, I do a lot more. And I think I need to give myself credit for that. I keep thinking that my time management should be the exact same as it was back then. But obviously I don't have as much free time because I am so fucking busy. And obviously my business is such a big part of my life and such a big priority for me. So I think something I need to do over the next while is try and find the balance of not over committing myself to everything, but I still want to deliver a high quality service. And I am very, like, I want my business to grow, you know. I don't want to use prep as an excuse, but yeah, I just need to figure out like how to, I think, even just have boundaries for myself around like, this is when I'm being a bodybuilder, this is when I'm being a coach. And I think I'm generally pretty good at that, like I do, but definitely at times I found myself getting a little bit overwhelmed. But then I try to rein it back and go, okay, like, it's a good thing to be overwhelmed and busy. Like, it means you've got a lot to do, and I would rather have too much to do than be bored. Like, that sounds awful to me, but, you know, obviously bodybuilding is not paying the bills, you know what I mean? Like, obviously my coaching business is my income, but it's to be fair, I never even think about it that way. It's my fucking life. But yeah, I think today was sort of a reminder that I need to find the balance there. But anyway, I'm home now, gonna get back to messages, do a few bits, and then I'm getting back to, so if you saw my last video, the why you don't have your dream body yet, we did create a little bit of a kind of free timeline creation form for people, just because I think a lot of people get very confused about how to map out their journey. So we just wanted to give people a bit of a hand with that. So I have loads have come in. I was not expecting so many. So I want to try and get through those as quickly as possible and send them across to people. And then later on this evening, I have a call with my group coaching clients, and I'm leading it this week, and I'm talking all about the motivation dip and how to overcome it, which we're like 4 weeks into the program now. And this is usually when people, like, you know, you start off a new program, you start off your new fitness journey, and you're so fucking excited for the first few weeks, and then that motivation drops off, which is so normal. And a lot of people think that they should just give up. And so I'm just talking about how to lean into that this week, and to, you know, focus on building resilience and how to build that discipline that's going to keep you going. Because fucking hell, I'm certainly not motivated all the time when it comes to my bodybuilding or my business or anything. Like, I'm disciplined. So I'm excited to talk about that, because I love talking about the mindset side of things. It's fine to talk about nutrition and training and stuff, but the mindset is what really makes the difference when you're actually getting results. So anyway, that's my plan for the rest of the afternoon. So I'm going to be sat here for the next few hours, just working away, and hopefully bang through as many of these as I can. Go on a walk later, and then chill, have the call. The call's at 8 p.m. So yeah, I'll probably catch you when I'm eating or something later. And I'm about to go power hour on the phone, on the computer. What's up? So I've been pretty crap at vlogging today, because this vlog is already long enough. So I was like, I don't need to say the exact same things again. I know I say the same things every single week, and I know my days are the same every single week, but repeating them again in the video, probably a little bit unnecessary. So today's just been a normal day. I've trained glutes and hamstrings. I've just been doing a bit of work. I've been trying to get the house sorted out a little bit, because whenever I'm really busy and then I kind of come up for air, I'm like, oh shit, I need to like do all the washing, put out the like clean the kitchen and everything like that. So I've been working and doing that today, and then just chilling with a little man who is currently in the crate because he just pissed on the carpet, and when he does that we have to put him in the crate and ignore him, which I hate having to do because I love him so much, but he has to learn. And he's generally really good. He's usually really good about only going on the mats, but I left him to wander and I looked around and he was going on the carpet. I was like, fuck. But look, this is the life of training a little puppy, but he's actually gotten so much better. Like he'll like sit on the couch and stuff and just like chill by himself. We're trying not to like just leave him in the crate because the crate's massive, but still, I want him to like, he can roam around the house is his, as long as he doesn't fuck shit up, basically. But yeah, you'll have seen I did my check-in this morning with Christian, so my weight was 153.2 again, so it's basically been the exact same every single day this week, and obviously when I stood on the scales this morning, I was like, fuck this, and I was getting real stressed. I was like, I'm not making any progress, I'm still fat. I was like, I'm not going to be ready, I'm just going to tell Christian we're going to change the show dates. And then I sent him my check-in and I was like, I'm a little bit stressed about that. And he was like, you literally look so much leaner. And this is the thing about being on prep, like you won't look at yourself properly. And I think this is so fucking important to talk about. And I feel not annoying talking about this, but I don't want to be negative. Like I'm not saying I look bad, but the thing about being on prep for a show is you're always going to worry if you're going to be ready on time. Like it's completely normal. And you will spend a lot of prep not liking the way that you look. And it's not because you don't look good. Listen, I look good, right? For a normal person, I'm in great shape right now. I've got kind of visible abs. I like my upper abs. I'm lean, right? But I'm not stage lean. And so every day that I'm not stage lean, I'm not ready. And I'm just being very critical of myself because of that. And that's why, like, you have to trust your coach, obviously. But I think it's just to be aware that this can happen in a prep and to just sort of be prepared for it. And the thing with me is like, with this and like with worrying about like the shows and stuff, it's nothing to do with like, oh, what if I don't win? I'm not going into these shows with the thought that like, I want to win my pro card. I've never competed in the NPC. I've never competed in wellness. I'm not dumb, but I know how I want to look. And I just want to make sure that I look the way that I want to look. Obviously, there's certain things out of my control. Like, I know I'm going to be on the smaller side, but I don't want to be out of shape and I don't want to look shit. And so I'm putting pressure on myself to have that look. Even though this isn't going to be my last fucking season. Like, I know I'll still get better after this, but I've been working really hard and I want to put something on stage that I'm really proud of. And I just feel, I suppose, the pressure sometimes to do that. It's not pressure from anybody else. Like, nobody gives a shit about my prep. That's not true. I know people are excited for me, but they're excited to watch me regardless. Like, they don't care how I do. It's just me and my own internal pressure and my own very critical inner voice, which is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just think it's important to share like the real thoughts that you feel when you're in a prep, right? Like, I don't struggle with adherence. I don't struggle with being hungry. I don't struggle with being tired. Like, I don't love those things, but it doesn't bother me. But what really takes up a lot of my mind space is I just am so critical of myself the whole time. And that's just what I'm like. I've always been like that. I'm a overachiever. I grew up doing really well in school, always getting great grades. I just think that I have to do the best at everything. And I'm trying to remember that that's not the case. And I actually heard a really great quote today. I was listening to Alex Hormozy on a podcast, and he said, and I want to just remember it properly, so I'm going to read it out. He said, I didn't know that I was going to win, but I did know I wasn't going to stop. And when he said that, I was like, oh, that's it. Like, that's what I feel like. I'm not doing this to win, but I do know that no matter how I feel, no matter how much self-doubt I have, I'm not going to fucking stop. Ever. Well, not ever. I'm sure I will stop it eventually. But you know what I mean? I just love that. I just wanted to share that because it was, I don't know, it was, when someone says something and it just hits home for you. So anyway, that's kind of been it. Chill afternoon, just had a call with somebody. Just been doing some setups, timelines, all that sort of stuff. And now I'm just going to chill a little bit and then I'm going to go on a walk. I do think it's important to actually relax and take breaks as well. As much as I like to be go, I also want to relax. So I'm going to just chill with my little bean. Once he's been in the crate a few more minutes and he understands that he can't pee on the carpet. I think he's learning his name as well, because now when I call his name, like, he does kind of look and like he'll run over to me, so that's good. I have a child prodigy. So I'm gonna wrap up the video here and I will catch you in next week's video. Like I said, next week I am off to Manchester to see Christian. So we'll be able to get his opinion live in person. He's gonna hate me. I'm gonna have the camera in his face. He's gonna be like, fuck off. No, he won't actually. He'll love it. But I'm excited to see him. I'm just excited for him to see me in person because I'll just feel more reassured that he knows exactly what I look like. I was worried that I'm catfishing. Like, what if I'm actually way fatter than I look? You know, that kind of way. Even though I know that generally I actually am leaner in person than I look. I think I look way better in person than I do on camera, and that's what a lot of people have said to me, which is a good thing that bodybuilding is judged in person, isn't it? So yeah, I'll be taking you guys along with me, of course. Got my Airbnb booked, showing you how I manage traveling on prep as a bodybuilder. Last time I was in Manchester was for my girls' shows, so I'm going for this, and I'm really excited. I'm excited to see Christian, excited to train EP, and it should just be a nice little weekend away. So thank you so much for making it this far in the video. Of course, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give me a like, give me a comment, tell me what you guys want to see, tell me that you like me and validate me, please, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.